Here in Luke 20, I'll split it in three, 1 to 19. The authority of Jesus for here. One day as Jesus, was teaching the people in the temple courts and preaching the gospel, the chief priests and the teachers of the law together with the elders came up to him. Tell us, they said, by what authority you are doing these things? They said, who gave you this authority? Jesus replied, I will also ask you a question. Tell me, John the Baptist, John's baptism, was it from heaven or from men? They discussed it among themselves and said, if we say from heaven, he will ask, why didn't you believe him? But if we say from men, all the people will stone us because they are persuaded that John was a prophet. He was. So they answered Jesus, we do not know where it was from. Jesus said, neither will I tell you by what authority I am doing these things. This is the parable of the tenants now. He went to Jesus to tell the people this parable. A man planted a vineyard, rented it to some farmers, and went away for a long time. This is God the Father, and there's human beings, you'll see here. And he came back at the end, Jesus. And harvest time came. He sent a servant. That was the start of the New Testament, the harvest, right? To call people. The God the Father, he sent a servant to his tenants. That was Jesus Christ, to give him some. These are prophets and teachers, and then Jesus Christ, his son, to give him some of the fruit of the vineyard. But are people producing fruits or this or that But they beat him, and they beat God's prophets and sent him away and empty-handed. He sent another servant, but the same thing also happened. They beat him and treated him shamefully and sent him away. He sent still a third, and then they wounded him and threw him out. These were prophets and teachers of the gospel. Anyways, of God. Then the owner of the vineyard, the father, said, what shall I do? I will send my son, Jesus Christ, whom I love. Perhaps they will respect him. But when the tenants saw him, they talked the matter over. They said, this is the heir. And they said, let's kill him. They killed Jesus, and the inheritance will be ours. So then, in other words, they'll keep preaching the Old Testament, whatever. And they threw him out of the vineyard and killed him. What then will the owner do? He asked the people of the vineyard to them. He will come and kill them. He's talking to the Pharisees, and he's talking about them. He killed those tenants who give the vineyard to others. When the people heard this, they said, may this never be. Jesus looked directly at them and asked, then what is the meaning of which is written? The stone that's Jesus, who the builders rejected, the Jews and everything, has become chief cornerstone. Everyone who falls on the stone will be broken to pieces, and he whom it falls will be crushed. The teachers of the law, the chief priests, looked for a way to arrest him immediately because they knew he had been speaking this parable against them, but they were afraid of the people. Yeah, see, I explained it as I went there. Okay, bye.